Hello, friends. So I stole Kara's new headset. Hopefully this will help us cut down on some of the audio texture that the traffic usually provides. Hey Merlin, I see you there feeding our Kirby friend. Hello Muja. Hello Dobby. Hello Ryoshi. I borrowed. If you want to be technical, I'm the one that paid for this headset, so I don't remember which of our accounts it came from. We're married, it doesn't really matter. The headset is a communal item, provided we're not trying to use it at the same time, which we currently are not. It's gonna be a little weird getting used to it though, because it's more closed in than the headset I was using before, so it's like I've got the weird reverb of trying to hear myself talk. Oh good, the burb still comes through. It probably helps that I'm sitting directly under the clock. Ah, yes. The usual late night loiter of, yes, we're really closed. We've been closed for 20 minutes. Please leave. But also I'm not allowed to tell you to leave, but please leave. I'm gonna guess you guys closed at like 5:30. I'm trying to remember what we're supposed to do next. Oh, okay, he's justified. It's only 6:01. Give the guy like 5 minutes. You're always complaining the library's empty, and now you're complaining that there's somebody in it. What was... So I beat up Team Plasma. I need to get the key. Oh, right. They ran off to the lake. The key is at the lake. I gotta head down south so that they can blow up Magikarps. I should heal first. So last time, I'm extremely disorganized tonight. Don't mind me. Last time we did manage to beat up Marlene. And did some training and some tootling. And beat up some Team Plasma people. And now we continue south. As usual, if you have not already, I will drop the link in chat. It's also down on my About page. I'm helping to raise money for a GoFundMe to fund my friend's top surgery. And we actually found out he's got a consultation. So hopefully that is a very good step forward and he'll be getting his surgery soon. So yeah, if we can keep spreading the word and keep trying to bring in those funds for him, that'd be fantastic. Any overages we get will still be going to charity. No worries about that. So yeah, and the zine interest check is up, so the link should also be on the GoFundMe page. So if you haven't poked that yet, or filled out the interest check, please do so. I don't need to go through the grass, I can go through the fences. So yeah, and I've actually got my dyes in, and I've started working on my Trans Pride shaker charms that should be going up on my Etsy. Soon, hopefully within a week or two, depending on how much time I can carve out to actually work on them. But hopefully they'll be going up soon as well. So, yeah, fun times. Alright. What order are my Pokemon in? Yeah, that's how I want them. Oh yes, and editing the interest check a bit. Yeah, when I read that, I thought that was kind of weird phrasing, but I wasn't entirely sure. Why? Okay, I thought those guys should have moved by now. Alright, I don't think I can help her till I have rock climb. Don't think I can help him till after Pastoria. Sunny Shore City, which is down this road, had a major blackout. Crews are working on restoring power, but the road's closed now. Okay. Guess we'll head back to Pastoria. You can tell it's been way too long since I played this game. Oh, actually, it's a different day. I think we can do a couple more battles in here. Just for the fun of it, and for the XP. At our restaurant, you can enjoy more than just exquisite dining. You may also partake in battles. Bon appetit! Okay. No, really? Oh, that is so neat! How can you tell these things? My boyfriend could tell that deep down I'm actually a frightened and lonely child. Oh, honey. I don't think I could ever lose with him. Wanna try? Yeah, sure. Honey, please. Oh, he's a PI. Fantastic. Honey, get a better boyfriend. Ooh, these are like level 30. This will be good training. Fantastic. The Staravia is probably the slightly bigger problem. Okay, be safe, Merlin. Have a good trip home. Sidian just has no defense at all. Sure. Okay, water pulse is fine as long as it doesn't... Okay, good, no confusion. I at least did like half. I should switch her out. That's speed stat, though. Oh, she also leveled up. Excellent. It's amazing that you predicted you would lose. Oh boy, honey. Alright. I know there's more battles in there, but I also need to heal, so let's dip down to Pastoria. Right, and nobody I have on me has Rock Smash at the moment. And I'm not quite willing to sacrifice anyone's moveset for it. Okay, there's a grunt. Healing after fights is definitely good practice. Especially when I'm slightly underleveled, apparently. It's a little extra walking, but that's okay. Also, if my voice is coming through too loud with the new mic, let me know. I can adjust the levels. I'm just pleased this definitely seems to be cutting all the traffic noise. Whoa! That's interesting. I love the emulator, I really do. Oh, this is an ice type. Let's not. Yeah, I've seen that too. The problem is I like the team I have going right now, and I don't really want to sacrifice any of them at the moment. And it's just Rock Smash. We'll see how desperate I get. Because I think I've pretty much got the rest of the HM moves covered with the team I've got. It's just Rock Smash that's currently a problem. Alright, let's take on these guys. Hoo-hoo, Eugene, you act so different from the way you do at the shop. You're surprisingly shy. I work at a Pokemon goods shop because I love Pokemon. The job lets me be with Pokemon all day long. It naturally made me pretty decent at battling. Wanna try me? Sure. Ooh. Bugs. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Yeah, let's take out the Beedrill first. That's got the possibility of poison. Bide can be messy, but not if I kill it right away. Yeah, we're good. That went much better. I don't worry much about winning or losing. I keep my Pokemon with me because I love them. Aw. Actually, my father happens to be the chef here. Uh-huh, really? You're gonna try that line? Okay. What is it? A battle? Bahaha, you think you can beat me? Yeah, I do, actually. Yeah, I would like the Linoon to not hit us much. Oh dear. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's also good. Okay. So far, so good. Ooh, rude. Actually, let's make sure we take out the Linoon. Oh! Yeah, that's cheating. I mean, I guess he is a rich boy, so he can afford them. And the full restore also took the paralysis, because of course it did. Extremely rude. Okay, good. Ha! Got there. Finally a level up for Estinian. Rip this Shellos. Really? And you use it on the Shellos? Got there. We've lost, but let's make a toast to our future together anyway. Alright. You know what? Yeah. It appears as if it were only grazed with fire, but in reality, much care has gone into its preparation. When you get to be an accomplished gourmet like myself, one can tell at a glance if a dish is delicious or not. You would battle against such a discerning gourmet? I mean, I don't think you're gonna eat my Pokemon, or at least you better not. Oh, that's a pairing. Alright, I'm gonna want Moonbrita. Actually, I'm gonna want Labrea. It knows Gust? Interesting. Extremely rude. Ooh. Thank goodness for the double leech seed. Ha! Ooh, yes, please. Okay. For body slam, I think I replace pound, yeah? Or sing. Where's my Jigglypuff expert? I know she's home. I haven't been using sing all that much though, because the accuracy on it is just so low. I'd almost just rather have the damaging move. Kara does bite people. So here's the fun thing that we figured out about the TMs. I didn't shuffle TM compatibility. So theoretically, the TMs that a Pokemon can learn are the same as what they would be in the normal games. Except I shuffled the TMs. So like what move is in which TM. And apparently, at least in Gen 4, compatibility is tied to the TM's number, not the actual move that's in it. So, say TM2 used to be toxic. Oh no, that's the wrong way. So say TM2 used to be toxic, and pretty much everything can learn toxic. Well, now TM2 has been shuffled, and it's wing attack instead. Apparently with the game, the way the game checks is it'll just check and see if a Pokemon is able to learn TM2. It doesn't actually check to see, can this Pokemon learn toxic, or can this Pokemon learn wing attack? It just checks, can this Pokemon learn TM2? So because I shuffled around the TMs, I now have a Jigglypuff that has Hyper Fang. My Fearow knows Gunk Shot, which I'm pretty sure is illegal. Chingling knows Energy Ball, which it may or may not have been able to learn originally. So yeah, it's interesting. It's been fun. It's been slightly... I could have gone south. This is what I get for trying to explain TM compatibility. Yeah, no, it's been really interesting. I didn't intend for that to happen, but it's fantastic, and I'm happy it did. Chingling can get Energy Ball? Okay, yeah, so that one was unchanged. Yeah, I miscalculated. I was hoping he'd be able to knock it out in one hit. Oh well. Okay, south. Because I can get to Pastoria without going through any grass. So how's everybody's weeks going so far? decently. Alright, one more run up to the restaurant. I think I've got 2 more battles in there. Then we'll try to figure out what we're supposed to do next. I'm trying to remember. I fought the grunts outside. Yeah, I did go in to the warehouse. And I can't go anywhere yet because I need the key. Well, Stormy Libra, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Out sick for the last 2 weeks? Ooh, rough. Yeah, the restaurant battles reset daily. That's what I thought. And it's a really good training. Hiding at Cho's house? I mean, yay Cho's house. Boo for hiding and potential reasons for hiding. Platinum is great. I am playing this randomized. Oh, I already fought them. I have 1 battle left. Okay, that's better. I was like, oh gosh, that's really sick. Okay, 2 days out is better than 2 weeks, but still, I'm very sorry you were sick. How many have fallen? So I'm calling this a Nuzlocke-lite because I'm not following the Nuzlocke rule where deaths are permanent because I was getting too stressed out over that and not having fun. So I'm following the rules where I can only catch 1 Pokemon per area, so I have a limited pool of Pokemon to pull from, and this is randomized, so I've got a very interesting selection of Pokemon. But I'm not playing with the death is permanent rule. Because I wasn't having fun that way. So I changed it, because it's my stream. Also, that's exciting, Muja. I wish you all the luck. That Oddish is going to be a problem. Yeah. So it was fun to try. I had never tried a Nuzlocke before. So I'm glad I tried it, but yeah, I just was not finding it super enjoyable. So I have relaxed the rules. But it's been really interesting because I am saying that I can have doubles. So like if I go into one route and the first Pokemon I catch is a Spinarak, and then I go into the next route, and the first Pokemon I catch is also a Spinarak, well, then I have 2 Spinaraks. So it's been really interesting, and I'm training a lot of Pokemon that I've never actually trained before, which was my main thing that I wanted with this challenge. Getting your school transfer in? Ooh, yeah, that is exciting. Are you going to go back to school then, Muja? Very exciting. Oh, actually, I think Twister should hit them both. It will. Excellent. Let's switch her for Stormy, and your pronouns are he, they. All right, thank you. I appreciate you letting me know. I will try to remember. I try to do my best. But yeah, calling you Stormy is not a problem. Finished your last 1.5 years. Okay, that's good. Good luck, Muja. Oh, actually, I'll go with Moonbrita, because she's got Ice Fang. Lost 8 comrades. Ah, may they rest in peace. Nope, Twister hits them both. I'm a little all over the place today. Associate's degree is usually like a 2-year degree. So usually an associate's is 2 years, and then a bachelor is 4 years. And then a master's and a doctorate are on beyond that. Yeah, and usually an associate's is a more technical, not trades always necessarily, but a more technical degree than 4-year bachelors tend to be. Not theoretical, but like, I don't know. I'm not sure how to word the distinction between them. Photographing food isn't easy. It's actually very technical. Uh-huh. If you say so. Okay. Giga Chad the Machop. That's a great name for a Machop. You know what? Let's run back up and just make sure I did what I needed to in Veilstone. Nope, wrong way. This is what I mean about not being awake this morning, or this evening. This time and place I find myself in, where I am not awake. I was sitting in front of spreadsheets all day, which was fine, and like it made the day go by quickly, and I enjoy working with spreadsheets. It just made my brain kind of mush a little bit. So I'm not entirely with it at the moment, because I've been squinting at Excel all day. Right, Muja? I even actually thought of you earlier. I was like, oh my gosh, Muja will love this. I was doing a bunch of spreadsheet work, because we, part of what I need to do with my student accounts, I have to be able to upload it into a certain program, and to be able to upload it, it has to be formatted very specifically. So I was spending the day transferring data from one spreadsheet to another and formatting it correctly, which many people would hate, and I actually quite enjoy. I was very pleased to sit down and do that. Oh no, that's rough, Eldra. Eldre. Sorry. Yeah, that's rough. Let's do a save. All right. Did I do everything necessary in the warehouse? Because I fought the guys with Lucas. Then I thought I went inside. Yeah, I did go inside. I need the key. Oh, right. Okay, so there is something to do in Pastoria. Alright, back down there then. This is the only problem with the week between streams, is I occasionally get a bit muddled in what I was doing. No, I think that's funny. Naming a Mankey NFT. That's fantastic. I like that. All of mine are currently named after, if you don't recognize any of the names, me and also most of my regular viewers all play award-winning MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV. So all of my Pokemon in this playthrough are named after various NPCs in Final Fantasy XIV. Some of them with more sense than others. Nah, sometimes you just gotta ignore the gender on the Pokemon. I tend to think of it as more of a suggestion anyhow. Names and genders are fairly irrelevant. Oh, can I take on the gym? I probably don't want to yet. Oh, there's Xenos. Hey, buddy. Whoops. Hee hee hee. I'm not always going to plow into you every time we meet. Really? So how's it going, SJ? Buffing up your Pokemon, eh? I'll test you and your Pokemon out to see how buff and tough you are. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness I healed. Thank you, Eldray. I thought about going through the whole thing. Oh, yeah, that's rough, Dobby. I hope you're able to take care of yourself well enough to get through them. I feel you. My last year of university, my last semester of I should have badge 4. I do have 4 badges. You can actually see them at the top of the screen there. I was checking to make sure I had in fact updated them. Yeah, my last semester of my last year of university, I sort of failed a course and didn't know. I didn't realize it, or it wasn't because of how the tight time compression. I didn't actually know I had failed the course until after I had walked at convocation. So I technically hadn't graduated, but I graduated. But they wouldn't give me my degree because I hadn't graduated. So I had to real quick take a compressed summer course in like a month and a half so that they would actually hand me my degree, because I had in fact already moved to Canada at the time. Yeah, it was a mess because I had arranged to move to Canada the summer after university, and then they got a hold of me and were like, so you failed this course. And I was like, okay, that's great. I'm already living in another country and I kind of need that degree. Yeah, it was a mess. So hopefully you have more luck than that. I did in fact get it. But yeah, it was a bit of a mess. And they were like, okay, well, can you just come back onto campus to sign things? And I was like, no! What part of I have moved to another country do you not understand? Let's go with him. Swift is hitting harder than I was expecting. Oh, it's level 36. That would do it. That explains things. Xenos might wipe us. It's okay, we'll train and come back. At least I've figured out what my next plot point is. Oh yeah, you've got time to work things out then, Dobby. Thank goodness for leech seed. Ah, okay. That makes sense, Dobby. Hippopotas. Yes, we are going to stay with the grass eggs. Hey, Randus, good evening. Bestest Pokemons? I don't know. I don't know about that. We are fighting Xenos. And he's got me out-leveled. Oof. Alright, Moonbrita. Can I water gun my way out of this? Possibly.
Like for when you take a break.
Dinner. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Hummus is like Kupo nut paste, right?
Sure, we'll go with that. Oh, and a Slugma, okay. She's asleep. But she might be able to carry us to victory once again. Oh, this is Kara's new headset. This is what she's been using. And I stole it because I suspect this is going to cut down the traffic noise quite a bit. The audio quality of this is up. Not better, but just more focused than the big condenser mic I've been using. I mean, like, borrowed. She's not using it at the moment. If she wanted to use it right now, I suppose I would have to give it back to her. I really wish I'd had the chance to put leech seed on this. That's okay. And Britta's totally got this. Why does it no recover? Ha! Take that. Ooh, crunch. Yes, please. Just replace bite with that. Crunch is basically just bite 2.0, even more teeth. Ooh, a noon. Okay, this could get slightly messy. They are hard hitters. Can I get lucky and freeze it? Answer, probably no. Bite can flinch while Crunch can defense drop, right? I always forget that's also the difference between them. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, Randus. That's basically how it goes. Maybe I can poison it. Oh, come on. I mean, at least if nothing else, there we go. At least if nothing else, the sandstorm is whittling it down. Ha! Oh! Right! I always forgot that, Totodile's one of the odd ones that evolves at a lower level. I now have a Feraligatr. Well, I'm gonna have to update my sprites down there, aren't I? We'll do that in a moment. Agility, no, that's okay. She's got a good moveset at the moment. Heh, yeah, maybe you did get a bit tougher since last time. That even shocked me a bit, so yeah. Because I got beat because I was careless. Oh yeah, I joined Mr. Wake as an apprentice. Did you? Like, I want my own theme song. Alright, let's go heal. Yeah, Moonbird is level 30. Most of them are 32. Some of the older ones are 36. And then there's the very odd ones that evolve at 30. Which I think might just be Totodile. But yeah, she's level 30. Okay, let's do a save after that. Yeah, Gen 2 was weird. After that, I think they pretty much at least kept within a generation. All the starters would evolve at the same levels, even if those levels were different from other generations. That is true. We moved in together and all of a sudden we both had so many clothes. Alright. If that battle was any indication, I really need to train a little more. Oh, I think I have to go into the Great Marsh to trigger Team Plasma. Galactic. This is Team Galactic. Oh, interesting. I don't think I actually knew they were different because I've never trained a Chimchar. Oh wait, do you give me a hint? Package hasn't arrived from the Veilstone warehouse yet. I have to wait here until then? I'm going batty from this wait. Oh man, I wish I could do something that involved lots of explosives. Oh dear. Yep, this is going to be a smashing job for Team Galactic. Okay, well I fought Xenos. My next trigger might actually be the gym battle, which I don't think I'm strong enough for yet. So let's do the Great Marsh. So typically I would say I can only catch one Pokemon in here. But this girl is going to give us a new app for the Poketch if I catch 5. So I think we decided I can catch 5 Pokemon here to be able to trigger this event, but I can only keep the first one. I'll release the other 4. 6 badges for that event? Okay. I will just kind of continue on as normal then. Welcome to the Great Marsh, the home of Pastoria's safari game. All you can catch for just 500. Would you like to play a safari game? Yeah, sure. It'll be 500p, please. Goodness, how have I got almost 100k already? We'll let you know when your game is over. Until then, enjoy yourself, please. Off you go on your wild excursion. Okay, and I believe all the Pokemon in here are also randomized. So this will be fun. And there's items and stuff around too. So let's just wander. Also, yes, getting stuck in the mud. Alright, the one I get to keep is a Scorpy. Okay. People also have things. But talking to people is so hard. Boo. It's okay, I will find another one. Oh, come on. Ah, the mud. No, not that way. Yet another Scorpy. Alright. So this is the one I get to keep. What am I gonna name a Scorpy? Oh, should I just call it, what's the giant scorpion at the end of Totorak? Does it actually have a name? I think it does. I'm trying to remember what it is, and I don't remember what it is. Oh, and Dobby's got a name suggestion too. That's it. Thank you. Unfortunately, Dobby, that is 1 letter too long. Sorry for chewing sounds, I'm hungry. I believe that's 1 letter too long. Yeah, because my character limit I think is 10. Arca. I like Graphias though, because that's what came to my mind first, which is also a giant scorpion. If we end up with a second one, Acro would be a good backup. The smell of chicken does taunt me. It's very good and it looks delicious. I'll probably take a break here in a couple minutes and chow down on some extra foods. Once I finish this safari game. Rose incense. Right? How dare she bring me home-cooked food? Oh, dang. I probably should have thrown a few rocks at that. Oh well. I do like how after a couple generations they switched it from throwing rocks to throwing mud. Like they realized that throwing rocks was probably a little bit too mean. Oh, goodness, 7 o'clock already. Stay in the ball. I'm kind of surprised it hasn't run away yet, actually. Jeez. Normally it would have, like, booked it by now. So from what I remember, food makes it less likely to run away, but harder to catch. And mud makes it easier to catch, but more likely to run away. But I could be wrong on that. So the idea was to, like, try to throw enough mud to make it easy to catch, but enough food to keep it from running away. But this one just doesn't wanna... But it also doesn't want to stay in the ball. I do not know. Unless I've got them backwards. Given how... Oh, that's true. I guess, like, randomizing the items shouldn't matter for that. But yeah, you're kind of right. Who knows? Well, yeah, and there's also that. It's got a catch rate of, like, extremely small. I'm just surprised it hasn't booked it. Unless... I wonder if by randomizing the Pokemon, because Gabite doesn't typically appear in the Safari Zone, if it's incapable of running away. Like, I wonder if it's just not programmed to be able to run away. That would make a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, 45 catch rate. See if I actually manage to catch it before I run out of balls. Oh. Haha, finally. It loves sparkly things. It seeks treasures in caves and hoards the loot in its nest. Oh my god, I might be a Gabite. Okay, we're not keeping it though. I wonder if I'll actually be able to catch another 3 Pokemon with the balls I have left. Aha, I see you, Item Ball. Land Shark. Maybe. Who knows? Ah, come on. There we go. It looks like an aquatic plant and serves as a fairy to Pokemon that can't swim. Aww. Knock knock. Who's there? Land Shark. Oh, don't be silly, George. Come on in. Ow. Ooh. Oh, that has a terrible catch rate. I'm not even gonna try. And well, Pokemon always have the worst catch rates. Give me your Item Ball. Choice Band, okay. Hoping for useful items. Ooh, Ariados. Now I'm just gonna fish for Pokemon that are easier to catch. Because that Gabite was ridiculous and we're not even keeping it. There we go, that's better. Oh yeah. Keep Gabite, just put it in the box. Yeah, I'll stuff it in another box. Okay, that's 4. I should be able to catch one more Pokemon with 4 Safari Balls. Its legs are short, where whenever it stumbles, its stiff antennae clack together with a xylophone-like sound. Aww. Okay, so there's not anything hidden up there. that's true. It's more that I just don't necessarily want to spend the time doing that right now. Might do that closer toward endgame, or if I decide to keep playing this post endgame. Because I would like to do like shiny hunting streams occasionally. Because like I really, really like the Poke Radar mechanics. It's part of why I decided to do a Gen 4 playthrough in the first place. I used to spend hours chaining the Poke Radar. So I'll probably end up doing streams of that once we've got the Poke Radar in hand. But that won't be for a while yet. Alright, item balls. Should be more. Aha! Oh, dang! Well, good to know where that is. No thoughts, head empty. No thoughts, I'm a whooper. Oh, Phoebus, that's interesting. It's happening, guys! It's happening! Okay, let's see what we can go find in... So actually, I appreciate the offer. Thank you very, very much. I'm actually helping to raise money for my friend to get his top surgery. So I will drop a link in the chat again. It's also down in my About Me. If you're willing and able to help donate to his GoFundMe, it's much, much appreciated. Even just spreading the word helps. So yeah, thank you very much for the offer. And if it's something, you know, that you're willing to help out with, trans rights are human rights, and he's a real good friend of mine. So yeah, go check out the GoFundMe. Why can't I get to areas 5 and 6? Oh, okay. In that case, my friend, you are not welcome in my stream. Alright, where is... Thank you, Merlin. Got back just in time. Alright, where is my... I want 5 and 6. Yeah, no, that is messed up. Nope, this is where I want to be. Okay. Oh, no. 5 and 6 are the entrance? Oh yeah, I guess 5 and 6 are the entrance. Okay. That explains why I couldn't go straight to 5 and 6. I want 1 and 2. And you know, it's interesting because I've got the LGBTQ tag on my stream. So that's probably a person that came in to stir shit. Let's see. Item ball. Okay, that's helpful, or it will be helpful. Yeah, no, that is not acceptable in the least. And dive ball, okay. Nope, that way. Ah yes, traditionally making slow progress through the Great Marsh. The Pokemon you see here are different from day to day, don't you think so? Well, yeah. It's kind of the point, hon. Aha, okay. Time's up, game's over. Pretty sure I caught 5 though. So, how many Pokemon did you catch in your Safari game? At least 5? Yep, you've done it all right. Isn't that something? Well, here you are then, the PokeChap Matchup Checker. Yay! The Matchup Checker app shows the affinity of Pokemon to each other. Oh, okay, no further explanation. Excellent. Alright, I'm going to take a brief break. I'm going to save my game. And shovel some dinner into my face. So everybody stretch, get up, go to the bathroom if you need to, grab a new drink. Yeah, it is. It's the Now Kiss app. It shows if 2 Pokemon are compatible to breed or not. So yes, everybody stretch, hydrate. We'll take a brief break. And I will be back in just a few minutes once I have nommed some chicken and hummus. Alright, I have shoveled some hummus into my face. And it was yummy. Alright, we got our app. Got 45 minutes to an hour-ish of stream left. I suppose we could poke the gym. Because, you know, tradition states we have to get our ass kicked once. Oh, right, this puzzle. Okay. So nowhere to go but down. Alright, what's this gym been randomized to? My body isn't the only thing I work on toughening up here. I also work on my Pokemon and my spirit. What do we got? Okay, so Crasher Wake is still either water or ice. Neither of which is particularly good for me. One ass kicking per stream. I think it is in the contract, you're right. But hey, it's entertaining. And at this point, who am I to mess with tradition? Yeah, see, it's the ice moves that are the problem. And see, Maylene was already a water type, but I don't think there's anything stopping two gyms from being randomized into the same type, so we might just have two water gyms. Is kind of what I'm hoping, because ice would be, well, okay, not as bad as steel or dark. Oh, right, we have a Puffle. And we can do a thing. I had forgotten in the time it took me to shove my face full of chicken that we found a moonstone. I think you mean who kicks our ass next, Merlin. Ugh. Come on, it had 2 HP! Huff is gonna get tough, and then maybe she won't be such a fluff. There we go. You'll die on the hill of optimism. I suppose. That is your choice. Alright, let's go... Nope, that's not where I want. Let's go do a fast heal. Since that was a poor showing. She is doing her best, and in a moment she will be doing better. Kara, she has a speed of 19. 19. Alright, alright. I think I've seen that fan art, Randus. There's my... Look how little her foot nubs are. I guess. I mean, I guess it's true. She doesn't have knees. So I shouldn't expect her to be fast. Ta-da! So that's 2 sprites I'm gonna have to change out. It does sound like a Lala. No knees, can't go fast. Alright. I was gonna say watch her speed somehow be worse. Her speed was 19. It is now 33. I mean, that's an improvement. It is an improvement. Do a save now that we've evolved her. I mean, I'm not sure Wigglytuff can jump either. Alright, so now I have to push the button. The poke. I know, right? I think it's because the eyes are just white. So it's got like the 3 pixels that are supposedly the color of the eye. I mean, it's not the worst I've ever seen. Alright, so now I go all the way down here. At least this puzzle is fairly straightforward. It's just kind of you follow the progression. I wield the stupendous power of water. Don't think you can win. Well, either water or ice. Fingers crossed. What do we got? Oh no, it's ice. Well, Estinian, you're going to the back of the party for the next, 2 streams. I mean, I could just switch him out for something else, but I don't really have anything else that's 2 level at the moment. I mean, we can go check out the PC and see. This Glalie going for cheese. Because, yeah, Garuda's not going to be great against ice either. Yeah, I mean, Brit is not bad. Yeah, exactly. Four of my 6 are not great with ice. So let's go take a look at what's in the PC that we might be able to pull out. Oh, yeah, I'll need to hit this button, I think. Yes. We did get a new bug friend, that's true. I mean, Chingling's gotta be getting close to max affection. We could theoretically get them to evolve. Alright, what have we got? Alright, so Estinian we're definitely storing. He's a problem. Garuda's also not great. Yeah. Yeah, Chimeko's not much of an improvement. I'll keep La Habrea for now just because they've got a really good moveset on them. And the Leech Seed and Poison Powder, even if they don't survive very long, the Leech Seed and the Poison Powder might be useful. I do want to move, so the Gabite we're not using, because these were technically outside the rules of the Nuzlocke. The Lotad and the 2 Kricketot. So I'll just drop them in box 18 for now. Okay. Chimchar's good. Chimchar's level 1 though, because that's what we hatched out of the Riolu egg. So it is a possibility that's just a lot of grinding. I was gonna say we do have this Magpie though, that's at decent level. So let's pull that out. Hitmonchan is kind of leveled. And then... I mean, I guess we could pull the Chimchar. Bringing Asahi and Magni to do something useful, right? Yeah, Gym Leader will be like 35 to 40, so we're going to be grinding no matter what. Trying to remember the interaction between poison and ice. I think it's neutral, eh? What moves... Oh no, I wanted summary. What is their move pool? Actually, that's a pretty good move pool. Let's just pull that. Alright, so that'll do for now. And now we're gonna run around and level a bunch, as is tradition. We haven't even gotten our butt kicked yet. We just realized that we will probably get our butt kicked. Oh hey, Rock Smash. I can go grab that item ball. Now, if any of the Glalie know... Oh, there's that glitch again. If any of the Glalie know, like, Bite or Crunch, it'll be a problem for Gengar. But that's what the rest of the team is there to compensate for. Resisted by... Okay. Thank you for typing all that out. The big ones I know, but off by heart, and then some of the weird, like, edge cases where it's, like, just randomly, like, you know, bug and whatever. It's like, well, I don't use some of these types that often, so okay. And see, I think rock resisting ice is one that sorry. Rock resisting ice is one that I can never remember because it seems counterintuitive to me. Because I always think about water seeping into the cracks of rocks and then freezing and breaking rocks apart. And so to me, it seems like rock should be weak to ice instead of the other way around. So I think that's probably why I can never remember that one. Yeah, this is a level 25 Diglett, but it's okay. I mean, here's as good a place to train as any. Or not. Let's be honest, rock isn't a real type anyway. I guess. Oh look, I have a fire type. That only knows fire spin. Let's hope they learn something useful. The other problem with Magby is it's also literally a baby. Right. Faint, huh? Got a pretty good set on them as is, though. like my nose's fire spin. Ha! It only knows takedown. I know, right? Funny how that works. Hey look, a convenient ice type to practice on. This also knows confusion, I think, so I've got to be a little careful here. Yeah, like that. That actually didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Ah, boo, of course it outspeeds. It did, that was delicious, thank you. Didn't know that's what I needed tonight, but apparently that was what I needed tonight. Hummus is always good. we've had this one before, haven't we? Or something very similar, at least. Om nom nom tabbouleh indeed. Ooh, flame body is good. There we go. About time you hit that. More Matang. Boo. See if Kara can finish it off. I know none of the normal moves are going to do a ton, but go Lord Kara. Pull Kara. Probably cut stream a little bit early tonight, just because I'm going to be grinding like this for the next, say 12 to 15 hours. I'll do some grinding off stream over the course of this week so that we're not, literally spending 3.5 weeks doing this. But let's update our sprite deck. Okay, so step 1, have the sprite site open. There it is. Alright, step 2. Feraligator. You'd think that Feraligator and Wigglytuff I could have anticipated and had pre-downloaded, but I did not. Come on, computer. You dinged at me. I heard that ding. Oh. Also, thank you for stopping in, Randus. Have fun with the rolling of the dice. There we go. Now, as usual, time for me to try to remember where I had these saved. Somewhere in the hard drive. Computer's struggling. Alright, while it thinks about that, I'm going to do another battle or two. Yes, convenient ice types. Hey, a level up. Alright, did I have a Hitmonchan sprite already back when it evolved? No. No, I did not. Of course not. Okay. You okay, Chrome? There we go. there's my sprites folder. Save. Okay, and then OBS plus image. You really don't want to see the whole pile of image sources I have on this scene. It's a bit much, but it's fine. Come on, laptop, you totally got this. I mean, everything is absolutely fine. Also, hi Rubik, good morning. It's cool. It's everything is cool. Warmatang. Yeah, a disaster, but from what I hear, it was like a people-based disaster, not even a savage-based disaster. Okay, now it's... Apparently I'm asking OBS. Yeah, no, that was... Hopefully I'm back. That was OBS. I'm asking my computer to do too many of the things. And it does not like it. Okay, there's one. Pardon. All right. Next. Legally tough. There she is. Will this also take like 8 years? Possibly. The computer is struggling tonight. Ooh, one hitting is nice. I mean, to be fair, Merlin, you've yet to really play with me because what is time? Besides a lie. Oh, it does, Kara. It tells us everything. Nope, this is going poorly. Yeah. It's because usually if I'm on, I'm just like doing trusts or duty support. Or I'm like running around doing solo duties and stuff. I am kind of secretly a hermit. It's not even a secret. Okay, the other day that wasn't my fault though. Our power went out. I was in the middle of well, luckily it was just a solo duty. It was one of the class quest duties. It's right in the middle of it, right at the very end, and power cut out. You could totally do a link shell. Link shells are not DC wide though. You can do, or not across DCs. You can do them across worlds within the same DC, but they are limited. So you could have Theo in a link shell with all of us, but not your main, unfortunately. No, they've said they won't. They've stated that definitively just because the server load and trying to trying to get them synchronized across DCs would just be too much work, from what I understand. Okay. Has my computer woken up? There we go. Okay. Save the sprite. Nope, yes. Load the sprite. Wiggly. Wiggly. There she is. Okay. Hi, Jiggly. Move, Wiggly. Enlarge. There we go. Alright, next. So next we need Hitmonchan. Bigglytuff? Oh god. Yeah, go rebuild your hotbars. I did most of mine. Well, most of the ones of things that I use. I still need to go in and rebuild Dragoon, and I need to rebuild my Crafters and Gatherers. Haven't touched those yet. Where is Hitmonchan? There. Save. Gonna be okay, computer? No. No, it's not. It's fine. Yeah, you should be able to DC travel and actually participate in things. There's just not a way to communicate in-game beforehand. But that's what Discord is for. I don't have to answer that, and I'm not gonna. And you're in Undersqualified's Discord, so you'd be able to answer to that, or answer and organize in there too, and then just say, "Hey, I'm bringing my main across instead of playing on Theo." That's no big deal. We have other people that do that. I mean, not across DCs yet, obviously, but we have people that have mains on other worlds and stuff that do raids. We're chill. We're fun. It's all good. These Matangs are a problem. Nope, that's not who I meant to hit. I mean, lately Carib's been doing more normal glams. They'll probably cycle back around to mascot heads eventually, though. I love that every time Carib shows up without a mascot head, though, there's a brief moment of, wait, who is that? Oh! Also, your sense of garish is subjective. Metallic orange is a perfectly lovely dye. I mean, I vividly remember the night that people were running, this was years and years and years ago, literally years ago. Yeah, that tracks, Rubik. I remember years and years ago, back when it was not current, but like slightly more current, we were doing Leviathan for ponies, and everybody dressed up in swimsuits. Because, I mean, how can you not? You're running Leviathan, right? Yes, we've seen the screenshots. The screenshots are horrifying. I was there for that. I knew what was coming. And I think I specifically told you to leave the Moogle hat on, didn't I? Because I figured it would be real funny. Alright. Add image. Hitmonchan. See, I can multitask. Enlargen. Alright, next, Magby. Magby would be Gen 2. Where are the babies? No. Magby is Gen... When did they add Elekid and Magby? Gen 3? Or did they add the babies and the evolutions at the same time? Slime Mime Junior happening. Where are... No, Elekid and Magby are oh, there they are. Yeah, they're definitely Gen 2. They just decided to put them in a separate... Okay, why... I've never noticed. Why are Elekid and Magby and Smoochum's dex numbers so much later than Cleffa and Igglybuff and Togepi's? You would think they would all be grouped together, but apparently they're not. That's what threw me off very briefly, because I was looking in Gen 2, and I found Cleffa and Igglybuff and Togepi, and that's all. And I'm like, wait a minute, so I second-guessed myself? I don't know why they're separated in the decks. Maybe because their evolutions are very late in the Gen 1 decks? Maybe. Yeah, that probably has something to do with it. I had just never noticed that before. Did click on that, right? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, there's some nice pieces in the Garo gear. I don't really like the full outfits, but there's certain pieces I like, especially when you mix and match it with other stuff. add image like these. Enlarge. All right, last one. Gen 1. There's Gengar. Oh, nice. That's cool, Dobby. There's a few pieces of Wolfmark gear that I would really like to have, so I keep meaning to poke PvP, and I've not gotten around to it yet. I mean, I think we've established there's many things in 14 I've not gotten around to yet, and PvP is one of them. Alright, level up for Asahi. And a level up for Edda. Good. Right, last one. Upload image. Gengar. Browse. Gengar. Okay. Enlarge. Ooh, too large, too large. There we go. Cool. Sprite deck updated. So I think I will call it a night there. Like I said, I'll do some grinding over the course of the week, because otherwise this is going to be like 8 weeks of grinding to try to get these guys up to proper levels to face Crasher Week's gym. So much for ending early. Yeah, Chrome conspired against me. It kept stalling out trying to save the sprites. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, as usual, thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you to all my followers and subscribers. Merlin, thank you for being an excellent mod. Much, much appreciated. So yeah, I will be back on Sunday with sewing things. I will try to actually have fabric cut and stuff prepped this time. Yeah, so I will see you guys then. Let's see if there's anyone up to raid. Not really. I mean, I guess I'll send you toward ducks. Because ducks are good. Go feed the ducks. But yeah, everyone have a good night.